Good morning. We are ready to start, and I know you're probably thinking, why is she holding a microphone when there's no speaker? It's for our fine uh, videographer, Keith Holmes, so it helps with the video. So, my name is Kelly Mowbray. I'm the director of the Adult Education Center here in Salina. This is our 8th Partners for Success class graduation, and today brings some new and different surprises. So, at this time, I'm going to ask our 6 graduates to come in. And they are led by Rebecca, Eve, and Elsa. They are not graduating. You may be seated. This class is pretty special, and we've had some pretty unique things happen in the last 6 weeks. It feels like we just started, um, and so I'm kind of baffled that we're actually graduation day because it literally we just started this class. So okay, so before we start, I want to introduce some really great people that's in the room today. I do want to introduce Keith, who's our video man. He's been with us from the beginning, and you guys will have the most phenomenal video of today that you can show other folks that couldn't make it, and pictures of the class. So we do thank Keith for being with us. We have Altrusa International, who are my sisters. They are a women's service organization here in Salina focused around literacy, and they support adult education left and right. And so they provide our reception for our GED and our partners graduation. So after after the graduation, we'll have some goodies for you. Let's see, I'm looking. Didn't know. Most of our partners alums are working, so it's hard for them to be here. I was hoping we'd get one or two of them, but I think everybody said that they were either on shift or getting off work shift. So they all send their congrats, and they will meet you at a later date. We have our friends from DCF who Dan Decker from Topeka and Becky Travis from here in Salina. Dan and Becky were with us from day one. In fact, Dan helped Rebecca and I get the ball rolling, and Becky and Eva, along with Eric Hunt, were with us from the beginning. And so to have you still got with us, we really appreciate it. When Brian comes in from corrections, we're going to give him a really hard time. So don't tell him. I've already introduced him. But our corrections friends, Brian Vesser will be here. We have huge support from them. Several of my advisory board members are here, I believe. If you're one of our adult advisory board members, stand up, or former advisory board members. We've got Nedra and Marianne, several of them. Becky, yes. She's like, oh yeah. So we have an advisory board that is amazing here in Salina. Nedra and Marianne have been on the board with me for many years. In fact, we have a meeting this afternoon. They come together and support us in many, many ways. We also have, I think, almost the whole board, our USD 305 Board of Education. Would you please stand up? Several of you are here. We have Ann and Jonna and Marianne and Nedra. And our superintendent, Jim Hardy from here in Salina, we have amazing support from our school district and our school board. Thank you very much. And our Lisa Peters from the district office, she's one of our biggest fans. We've been to almost every graduation, so we very much appreciate your support. Um, the main reason that we're here, and if the students have been successful, how this program has come together comes from many of the other people in this room. And if you are one of our partner employers, our agencies that support us, I know Krista with Hayes Academy, would you please stand? I know we have Schwann's and Great Plains and CASA, County of Saline County, Lowe's, Salina Public Library, folks. Gosh, this is one of you guys are in it now, and we're not letting you go. So please give these people a round of applause. Heather got so excited she threw her paper. So it's because of the individuals that just stood that these 6 people are graduating. And I'm going to give these folks 2 huge accolades, but really it's because of what you committed your time in doing. At this time, I'd like to take a few minutes and recognize every graduation we recognize our newest partners. And we've got quite a long list now. So I know Steve with Great Plains, you've been with us from day one. You've been involved in every class. And I'm going to say it, this class we actually hired someone because the openings for Great Plains worked with the class. And so we're pretty excited that Steve actually gets to take one of the partners graduates home. So he's pretty excited too. We've had some new folks get involved, but I do want to recognize our agencies that have come forward and been involved. I know Holiday Resort could not be here today, but they are one of our new partners. Do you want to hand those, please? I'm going to ask Allison from Lowe's to step forward. Allison was involved in the class and also made the first offer to the class, and so she is taking, it sounds like kind of taking one home, taking one back to Lowe's with her. Also had made some other interviews. Janine's pretty excited about that. She's got big plans. Rev Bus, one of our newer employers, we've been working with them for a long time, and we got really involved with them in this class and had some interviews as well. Melanie, if you come forward. We had Salina Public Library involved in this class. Thank you so much. And I'm going to point him out, Josh Deeker. Just stand up. We're going to wave at you. He came in and got involved in the class, did some interviews with us. Marilyn with the county has been involved with us before. So we appreciate you very much, and we're going to pull you back. We're going to keep pulling you back when we have our next class. All of our Schwann's team, yes, and you guys have been with us from day one as well, even though we've had some transition in folks, and you're actually taking one home too. As of last night, I was getting text last night, offered on the spot, which was I think a first for us too. So that was congratulations. I haven't seen you since the offer happened, so that's pretty great. So what I'd like to do too is thank the Chamber of Commerce. Even though we're chamber members, they allow us to have this space and without even paying a fee as a chamber member. So we appreciate the chamber for hosting the event. We do miss Eric Brown, who was here. He's now at Bennington State Bank, still on my board, but he did a lot of the work. So thank you, team, for working tables and chairs this morning. And last but not least, even with the employers and all of our support, my team. Got to stand up. Aaron, Donna, Jess, Miranda, Allison, Rebecca, Eva, Michelle. This is my SAEC team. And this is why everything works, whether they're directly involved in the partners class, whether they're at home at the main site. This is why everything that we do works, because everybody can do everything. So I have superheroes for my team.
Yep.
I pushed it up. You gave me a new microphone. Am I back on? Okay. So speaking of superheroes, you'll see there's superheroes up here, right? Okay. So for a minute, I'm to use 6. Okay. So I want to talk about 8 things that we can learn from superheroes. Number 1, we all have something that we're good at. All of us. Number 2, being different can give us power. 3, embrace who you are and be proud of it. Number 4, difficulty can be overcome. 5, facing risk is the best way to overcome your fears. 7, nice guys don't always finish last, and women. Number 6? Number 7, you don't need superpowers to be a hero. Each one of you are our heroes. And number 8, if you want to experience change, you start with yourself. So that's what you all have done. So you are superheroes. So speaking of superheroes, I've got to get someone out the door quickly because she has more meetings. But we have not done this at a partner's graduation yet. But when we did our work ready test, I don't even know our employers know this yet. We had some pretty phenomenal things happen. And I'm going to ask you to come forward. This is Tammy Campisi, with Kansas Works. She is one of our phenomenal partners who comes in multiple times through the year and spends time with our students. But we made an emergency call to her yesterday and said, we need you here because this is big.
Just hold it. Yep. Good morning, all of you, and I'm so proud of all of you for doing what you did. The Work Ready Certificate, all of you know what the Work Certificate is. The Work Ready Certificate is a work-based assessment. It's nationally recognized, and it actually showcases your skills. All of you guys have taken that. All of you guys did excellent. A couple of you guys did amazing. I've been with Kansas Works for 5 years, and in the 5 years, I think I've only printed off maybe a half a dozen platinums. We have 2 people in the front row who's actually done 2 platinums. Out of the 2, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with bronze. And Sasha, if you'll come forward, please. Janine, you are yourself. Heather got a gold. Jesse got a platinum. And I might add, Jesse got 7s across the board. You cannot get any higher than what Jesse got. Good job. Lone again got platinum all the way across. Wonderful job. The importance of the Work Ready Certificate that you all did. And I don't expect you guys to go home now and put this in your top drawer. I expect all of you guys now to put that to work for you. I understand you guys, some of you have jobs already lined up, and that's terrific. For the ones that don't, I expect you to go now and put this in your application. This is actually showcasing what your skills are, so that's marketing yourself to that employer. That's also for any employer, however, they use that to, now they can look at your skills, and if that's something that they require in that job, then they use that to actually, for their favor. So it works for both. They can use that to screen you, and then that showcases what your skills are in providing that job. So you guys all did excellent. I'm very proud of all of you. Good job. Thanks.
So I was so excited yesterday that I was like, people could hear me like screaming in the hall. I've been in adult ed 17 years. These are my first platinums. So we were pretty excited. So was the state office of Topeka, sorry. Okay, so at this time, I'd like you to hear from Rebecca and Allison, who really spent the core of time in the classroom. Rebecca Racy, who developed the Partners Program, we're now at almost 3 years ago. Have her talk to just a little bit about what this is.
And I'll just add that Trenton's Work Ready Certificate couldn't be presented because he couldn't finish the test because he was busy getting a job offer from Schwab.
So it will come.
Every time we get to the day of Partners graduation, the same emotion overcomes me. Because for 6 weeks I have to be this objective teacher who we've kind of joked in this class has no feelings. And I am always left with incredible respect and admiration for the participants' ability to put themselves in this situation, first of all, which is not something that most of us would be willing to set our egos aside long enough to do. And then to embrace the challenges that they are presented with. And in this class, we had particular challenges. First of all, most of you may not know that there are 2 married couples in this group of 6 people. And we don't normally, in fact, we considered not allowing them to do the class together because that just seemed weird. And so we told them that they didn't get to make it weird. So that was their first challenge, and that they really had to do this independently as people and not as a couple. Except their spouse was in the room the whole time. And that's a huge challenge, because this is so much about finding your own opportunities for growth. And our spouses frankly shape that much of the time. So that was an enormous challenge. The other challenge is that 4 of them live in this area. So the unemployment rate of this area has been changed by 1% as of yesterday. I had to go down last time. But this particular group came into this class with an incredible set of skills. They had great self-regulation, they had great self-awareness already, they had great social awareness, and those are things we often spend a great deal of this class working on. So how could we challenge them and still give them the opportunity for growth? And you all don't know how many times I tried to put heads together with Eva and Kelly to find new ways to challenge you. You do know that we resulted in doing a lot of workplace simulations, right? And they found incredible opportunities for personal growth in that. And so where I found it difficult to find ways to challenge them, they found ways to find value in those experiences. And every one of these 6 people would be a remarkable asset to any employer in this town. The vast majority of them are already employed, but this is by far the hardest working class we have ever seen, and the most willing to take any challenge and find value in it. And I just want you all to know how much I admire and respect you.
I don't know if I'm supposed to follow that, but so there was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. I taught math for 4 of these individuals. The other 2 were off doing other stuff. A lot of days they hated me, but they still tried very, very hard, and they all persevered through. They had some great educational gains, and even though there was some cussing and fighting and a lot of laughs too, but we had a great time. You guys did a great job. I'm very proud of all of you, and ready to see what great things you do.
Thank you.
So at this time, we're going to let you hear from them, because that's really what you came to hear, is their story and their thoughts. So Eva is going to announce each one of you. You'll come forward and share your remarks, and then we will cord you and present you with a certificate and the rest of the stuff you can get afterwards. Okay? You could be right here.
Janine Allen.
Hey, I'm a little nervous, so if this was high school, I would have graduated with the support from all of the other students better than my best bra. I have more confidence in myself and my skills. I feel like I have more value. I am turning into someone my son and my family can be proud of. And the things I have received from this program has played a big role in the person that I am becoming.
Sasha Kelly. So I just wanted to thank everybody to come see us, my classmates, graduate. It's been a rough and exciting experience over the last 6 weeks. I've learned so much from the P4S, and it definitely wasn't easy. Having 2 children and just rushing around and trying to make it to this class, it was hard and difficult for us, but we made it. I wanted to thank the staff, my caseworker, and definitely the Kelly family, because you guys, we couldn't have done this class without you guys. You guys are a big support, and it means a lot. Sorry, I'm a little shaky and I don't want to cry. I'm trying not to. During the class, I learned a lot about work readiness and time management, resume, even just how to dress for an interview, being prepared for all those tough questions and having proper responses for them. One of the things that I liked about this class too was I got to tour each company, and the company, like for manufacturing, I would have never saw myself in a manufacturing place, but seeing how their business works and everything like that, and even hearing from the managers or hiring or HR people telling me I have the skills to even go into manufacturing, that was awesome, because then every place I went, I started asking myself, can I see myself working here? So I thought that was a great experience. To my classmates, we did it. We did it. So congratulations, you guys, and thank you to everybody who supported us and our classmates.
So I do want to point out USD 305. Here's one of our peers. Okay, so she is going to be a call-in sub right now for Heartland programs while she continues work with us on GED and in the AOK program on her medical pathway. So always having a peer join us is pretty cool. So.
Trenton Starmer.
Well, first off, I want to say two things. For all the support and encouragement throughout the class. I don't care what that means. And before this, I would just apply with every job that I could. Try and care for someone. And every once when I went to this class, I had no idea where to start. But every single one of you helped me with that. So I'm very thankful for that. And I think we enjoyed the graduation.
Lone Tram. Or Marcy. She goes by Marcy.
I do go by Marcy.
Well, coming into this class, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I felt like no one was going to be there, and so I was kind of dreading it. I was like, oh, yeah. But now, 6 weeks later, I am so proud of every single one of you guys. So proud. Because there was times when we thought we were going to fall off the boat and no one was going to save us. But I think because of everybody's encouragement and everybody, the way we were just so close and we're able to help each other and we were able to keep everybody on board. I want to thank the staff. You guys are awesome. Definitely. And I feel like everything I've learned in this class is something that I can apply to my everyday life, either at home or at work. And I just see big things going for us. Congratulations.
And I do want to say, Marcy is not only one of our platinums, but she's our first student to go through the Board of Regents is supporting the Microsoft Office Specialist. Our students get to do that for free. So Marcy's been working on her specialist certification as well.
Jesse Turner.
So when I first heard about partners, I thought it was a couples class. I went to orientation and it was all females. I thought I'd gone to the wrong place. So my wife and I talked about it. I wasn't sure I wanted to go, but we talked about it that night and decided that we were going to do it. And we went for it. And I'm really glad we did. We've done really well. And I want to thank all the staff and our caseworkers. And a special thanks to the Kelly family for watching our kids, because we could not have done it without you guys. And all the partners that came to coach us, and when we were at our worst, you know, just didn't know anything about it, and you guys were really supportive. And big thank you to Steve, Great Plains, for giving me the opportunity to come interview and get the job. So thank you, congratulations guys.
I do want to say my favorite line from the whole class happened yesterday when he was leaving our conference, and he turned around and looked at us and said, "Congratulations to you all for having a student like me."
And that's why you weren't allowed in math lab, Jesse.
Oh, yes.
Heather Wright.
Hello everyone, I'm Heather Wright. I'm one of the many wonderful students in group number 8, graduating class of 2017. At the beginning of this program, I can honestly say I didn't know if I was going to make the cut. I came in with very little self-efficacy. Throughout these past 6 weeks, I have strived to make it all the way to the end, did my best in every area to learn what has been replicated to me strategically. And I was able to practice a lot of time management with getting to the bus on time, needed appointments that couldn't be moved, and also working part-time. Boy, was I annoyed. But I did it with the help of corrections, my instructors, all of my classmates. They have all been of great support to me, and I just want to say I really appreciate everything. Resume and mock interview land was great. Okay, we got a lot from that. It was awesome, so thank all of you partners for coming out and doing that. I gained a semi-suitcase full of tips on how to better represent myself and all of my skills, which in the long run has really helped me uncover things about myself that I forgot to remember. I would like to thank Rebecca for all of her knowledge that she shared and shed on the program. Amazing job. I do not think it could have been done better. Thanks to Allison and her dedication during math. You're awesome. Kelly, you're the best. Thank you so much for taking the time to accept me on a late notice. I actually came in as an exception, so I'm very, very grateful for that. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to grow the way that I've grown over the past 6 weeks. I'm proud to say this is one more accomplishment that I have behind my belt. I'm proud of every one of my classmates. Thanks for sharing this experience with me. Remember, something that we think is so small can actually have a huge impact on our lives and those around us in some of the best ways ever. Congratulations, we did it.
So this group, as you can see, are superheroes. They are exceptional. We are still finishing up some work-ready testing, a few more job interviews and things happening. But you six have been amazing. I forgot our fairy godmother. I don't know what happened to Elsa, but I do also want to recognize Elsa. And we called her fairy godmother because she could just pop in and we wouldn't even see her come in. It was just like she was there. But she did case management. You heard several of our students say, my case manager. She really helped roadblocks. When we were facing things that might be a challenge or they needed some extra support, Elsa was there. So thank you, Elsa. It was her first class with us, and you did great. We were so glad to have you. So that concludes our graduation. I want to remind all 6 of you that you are superheroes. And when you're balancing the work and the daily life and all of the stresses, you have the tools and you have the cape, the imaginative capes, okay? You can do this. You absolutely can do this. And Rebecca was right. You are one of the hardest working classes we've had, and we're extremely proud of each one of you. So thank you all for coming. Altrusa has a nice reception set up for us. Feel free to congratulate our graduates. And remember, we have a group pic at some point before you all leave. So, and our selfies, yes. And our next partners class will be in the spring, probably in the March, April, May time. So we will be in touch, employers. You get a little break from us for partners, but we'll be back at it after spring break probably. Have a good weekend.